Plain Jane on my wrist, for real. LV on my chick, for real. Waco taking risks, for real. Went through hell to get to this, for real. I'm not puzzle making lists, for real. I stay low and stack my chips, for real. You keep looking for a flip, for real. That's not wealth, that's rich, for real. 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 Really real. Really real. Really real. Really real. For real. For real. For real. For real. No liens on the whip, for real. I get bored, I take a trip, for real. Take a loss, I never trip, for real. Been in shock, I'm not a lick, for real. Don't trust the soul, it's on my hip, for real. Make a move and you get hit, for real. No pictures by the crib, for real. Can't let them know just where I live, for real. 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 Really real. Really real. Really real. Really real. For real. For real. For real. For real. Plain Jane on my wrist, for real. LV on my chick, for real. Waco taking risks, for real. Went through hell to get to this, for real.
The market crashed on me, but that's not my last, homie. It ain't over for me. It ain't over for me. The market crashed on me, but that's not my last, homie. Only one logical thing to do. Don't trip, by the dip, 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 by the dip. Don't trip, by the dip, 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 by the dip. Don't trip, by the dip. Get my chips and dip. Hot on coins and watch me flip. In and out, I'm stacking pips. Market looking bearish. By the dip, 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 by the dip. Don't trip. Sour cream and onion dip. Scoop it with some ruffle chips. Sink them like Titanic ship. Bartender, here's a tip. Crypto face is the truth. He can even show you proof. This is market cipher school. Rory made you say, ooh, wish I had one too. Making plays on Tradingview. Waiting on a blue triangle. I just call it Blues Clue. Portfolio diversified. Keep my balance classified. Scared to look, you terrified. But when you did, you almost died. All good before you went to sleep. Woke up to a surprise. Couldn't believe your eyes. What the hell did your money go? You like, oh my God, what the fuck happened? Bitcoin dumping in my sleep. Woke up to a market sweep. That's the reason I don't sleep. Keep my eyes on the prize. Bought some Hex and Cardano. Fear of missing out. FOMO, that's a no-no. Yeah, I know, bro, but I still do the shit. I'm just trying to hit a lick, so I think I just might buy the dip, 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 buy the dip. Don't trip, buy the dip, 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 buy the dip. Don't trip, buy the dip. Get my chips and dip. Hot on coins and watch me flip. In and out, I'm stacking pips. Market looking bearish. Buy the dip, 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 buy the dip. Don't trip. The market crashed on me, but it's not my ass, homie. Time to rise up out the flames like a motherfucking phoenix. Flying high in the sky, and I'm mother.
Good morning all. Yes sir, hope everyone is well, hope everyone is good. Happy Friday to all. Yeah, let's see what we have in store today. So we start off here with the calendar, get straight into it and see what we have on Friday today. Friday we have a bit of USD news and London is clean here, so nice for London to be clean. And then we see what happens basically for the session. Starting off with GJ, previous daily time frame closing bearish at this kind of daily resistance as well. 4-hour time frame closing bearish, is a bearish session bias today. can see some supports being formed. 15-minute down here. I think sells below here would be better. Inside this range, a little bit messy unless we pull up to the top of the range. Typically don't like this range here, but if we pull back to the top of the range, create change of structure would make sense. Sells below here also an option to get to the 1 hour and see what happens basically. But we've had some pretty big movement on gold over yesterday. Dumped down, retrace after NYSE. Open here, we pulled back basically, retested, and then after market open today, which was right here, we continued the downside movement during Asian. So some very easy Asian option sells today. Plenty of options during Asian, including setup 2 here. This setup closed below here. That's a pretty simple one. I think that was the cleanest one. What time was that? Yeah, 6:30, about an hour after Asian open. Very easy one. So that was a clean one. And now we've landed into London here. So let's see what the daily time frame is looking like at the moment. So we at target for London here. I believe this is also, let's just double check. Yeah, weekly support here as well. Market has a weekly, but we know it's a daily here as well. So we're at target for London. Previous daily bearish, previous 4 hours should be bearish, of course. So it is bearish session bias, makes it really tough for us London traders to look anything past the daily at the moment until it actually happens, because we've hit our target for the day. If you're looking at a daily time frame, we are at target. If we're looking at a 4 hour time frame, we are at target. So the only way we get continuation is, of course, if we get below and price proves that to us. Now, counter bias buys maybe can make sense here. We have a 1 hour resistance sitting right here. Can we sell again to the daily support? It's possible, but we reduce probabilities by about 15-20% there. It is quite a significant amount. And something we have to, of course, consider that, hey, we are reducing our probabilities by doing this. So I would like to see more confirmation, such as like a 30-minute structure form, then trying to buy it back up. If not, can look for sells. Worst case scenario today is we just range in here. That's not what you want to be trading. Please stay away from that. It's gonna actually mess you up heavily. So continuation below daily support, we're gonna see how that forms. If we're looking at 15-minute ranges, it's actually okay below daily support once we kind of get below this 87. Otherwise, trying to sell to that, let's just have a look if we can sell to it, see what we have on these internal ranges. I wonder if we could sell down to here. It's like, that's 39 pips. It's a bit of a tough one, but you know, depends on how these 1 hour form here. So let's see if we can get the structure change, get back above this 1 hour, and then maybe look for counter trend buys. Counter trend buys could be an option here, and then we take it from there. Now on DAX here, DAX has a very interesting daily candle close here. It's a very juicy daily candle close. Now no bottom wick here. Wonder on broker. Why is my, give me one sec. If there is a bottom wick on broker, let's have a look. Go to daily. There is one on broker, so that does help. I know there isn't one here, but there is one on broker, so I'm gonna count that. So daily candle closing above structure is always nice. 4 hour time frame as well. No close above structure. We do have a doji close here, so it is technically a mixed session bias. But I'm more leaning on the bullish side here, especially if we start to break some of these ranges. Have a 1 hour resistance right here. Yeah, once we start to get above there, looks good. C15, excuse me. Yeah, I think buys above this 15 is what's going to be juicy. If we're going to break down today, I need to see structure broke. We've literally held every higher low here, man. Every higher low has held. So to just say that sells make sense right now is not the smartest decision for me. I like this 15-minute range. Yeah, it's very juicy 15-minute range here. A little bit of a resistance here as well. Otherwise, it looks pretty good, to be honest. So I would be looking for the buys. We have seen an early buy come through basically every London session for the past 3 days at around let's turn that off, at around 10 a.m. 10 a.m. Dubai time, which is in about 5 minutes here. We have seen a move. So 10 a.m., 10:05, So I'd look for a buy above there if we get the setup. Let's see if 5-minute resistance is a little bit higher. It's not. So yeah, I quite like the buy idea above this 15. Close above the 15 for buys. And then see if we can get the continuation. We have until here about 26 points until the next potential resistance zone. It's not really guaranteed that it's going to be a massive resistance zone, but it's just there on for watch. This is why I put it as a box. But that's what I'm going to be looking for here. Simple buys. Like I said, I'm not going to sell until I at least see break of structure on a 15. 30-minute has not even broken structure. So really there's no point of thinking about sells until we maybe get below 23.728, or unless we start to really clearly change structure and build clean range to trade in, right? That's going to be more important. With this posturing and how the daily candles close, I'm more interested in buys here, and I don't mind buying above. So that's going to be the plan here for today. Simple on gold and GJ. I mean, gold is a little bit more complex because we are at target. DAX, to be honest, looks the best. Hopefully it does give a nice close above. There's another 1 hour above the 15. Let's have a look. Yeah, that's above the 15 though. It's the same. That's why I put it as a box. It's the same. So that's kind of like my first target though. We can put it as a line if it makes you comfortable, but it's why I put it as a box. Because that whole zone is a resistance zone. The whole thing is a resistance zone. Because you have something a little bit earlier. See, on the 30 it's clean, but on the 15 you have this whole resistance. If you were to look at it on the 5, it will make sense. Look at this on the 5. On the 5 you'll see how it's like a full resistance. Look. See? Like a mess. Otherwise between here is actually very high volume zone. So let's see how this forms and we take it from there. We take it from there. So that's the plan for today. Simple plan. If you guys enjoyed the analysis, you know the drill. Leave a like on the stream. I would appreciate it. 200 of us in here. Get the likes up to 100. Would be great. And yeah, let's see what we have in store for us today. So yeah. Good morning all. We need a banger today in London. Can't let US 30 make us rich alone. Yeah, I know. It's been paying very well, but not many people get to see that in London. And this is the power of, like, you know, of trading, is that you learn the skills so you guys can trade in NY, trade with me in NY. So it's very powerful. I mean, yeah, it's such a clean setup. You guys took US 30 yesterday? Yeah, we had US 30 buys. Very simple setup on US 30. Time to switch up Jim. London stream for NY. I mean, it's the same thing. I mean, NYSE. I mean, until it changes. The problem is that I bet this. The time you change to setup 1 or 5. Setup 5, man. Classic setup 5. It's very easy. Come live in NY. I mean, if I was live this month in NY, I would have a 5 trade win streak. Because all of my US 30, I've been fortunate. I haven't lost one US 30 trade during NY. Look at this rally yesterday. This was the buy I took yesterday. We'll leave it on the screen. Very simple setup, to be honest. I think everyone can see it now. Like that. Had a very nice stop as well here. Just a 28-point stop. Very clean, man. I wanted it to... I mean, if I held a runner here, would have been great for a runner, man. I think this would have been a massive position. This was easily... imagine I just held full, forgot about the position. I wake up this morning, I'm at a 1 to 11, casually. 11 grand. So that was a beautiful position yesterday, very clean. But simple setup, man. Simple setup. Perfect retest to 4 hour. Change of structure, you know. Leave some runner. Did you take the trade? How many trades did you take in US 30 this week? 2 trades in US 30. We had a gold setup as well during NY. Which one did you have in NY? I didn't see. I was trying to look for 1 minute strat to get in. I mean, if you're talking about the buys later, yes. But the sells, even 1 minute was hard to get in on 1 minute. This dump was very weird. Like it did a quick dump here. And then this one was like 2 deep close. And then it pulled back very deep. And then this was deep close. So I couldn't get in on 1 minute. But the buys later, yes, that's valid. The buys later. From here up. That's kind of around the same time as US 30. Do you think it's time to do you think it's fine to take some late US 30 setups Friday because it's end of week? Depends on the setup, man. Depends on the setup. You know, typically sometimes it dies down, but that was only an hour after NYSE. Like that's when the volume is good. From anywhere from there to an hour, sometimes it comes just a little bit later. Just a little bit later. Let's see, the close here is in 2 minutes for the 5. How big is a 5 minute stop loss? 32.29 to there. Yesterday we had crazy volume, so 32 was nothing. Still makes me uncomfortable because of what happened the day before, so we can't just count yesterday. Can we get away with 23 point stop loss? I'm not sure. Let's see, 1 minute. We have this to protect. It's rough, but it's possible. You need a good bottom wick on the next candle to do that. I really hope this doesn't push in the next 2 minutes. It'll be quite frustrating. I mean, you can see the difference. US 30 yesterday gave beautiful close. Doesn't push randomly. Nice close. That's exactly what we're looking for right here. Where DAX in London is being a little bit more impulsive. I think with this amount of push, you can get away with the smaller stop. Because really, if it's coming down here and breaking back below the 1 hour, breaking back below this previous 5 minute, breaking back below this 15 minute, it's game over, you know? I feel like that fails. You know? So let's see how it closes. After all this, let's see. Hopefully a nice bottom wick. Right. Sketchy, this is the way it opened. No bottom wick on my broker, but it is a gap down. Okay, we are making a bottom wick now. Okay, I'm gonna take the position break of high. So it broke on my broker, so I'm already in. Let's see how it goes. Stop loss below here, 27 points. And yeah, we see how it goes. Slipped again. If you're slipped, then you just cut it, but I wasn't slipped because it came back down in drawdown When I came back down in drawdown, I got the entry. The same time yesterday we saw the move, the day before as well we saw the move, the same time here, same setup as well. If you have high spreads, market still closed, you can't take this. Wonder what we're rejecting though. Just this 1 minute maybe. Let's see. Yeah, look. I'll be very surprised if this 1 minute is the cause of the whole dump here. Down. Five didn't close above on broker. Let me see. Shit, yeah. Shit. Oh man. Yeah, 5 is not above on broker. Oh man, we got scammed here. Let's see how it manages off this 1 minute structure, but 5 is not above on broker, so we need to, when is this next 5 close? 37 seconds. Oof. Let me draw this line. Wow. Can you imagine? It's right at resistance. No wonder. No wonder it's struggling. Maybe we can get a last push here, so I might be worth just to wait for the 5. Hopefully we can get above on broker. Yeah. There we go. So let's see if we can maintain here. All right, let's see how it does now. That respected previous 15. This is a 1 minute I have. Where's your previous 15? Are we missing markup? There's no previous 15 here. I need to mark up on broker because this is weird. Everyone's telling me something slightly different. Just give me a sec, guys. So 15-minute resistance Okay. Previous 15 is not there. Okay. 5 minute closed above. Okay. So we have 5 minute above. So for me, I don't have a previous 15 here. So we have the 5 minute above as well. I'm marking the 1 hour on my broker. Gonna move stops to below this 5, so 10-point stops. Yeah, 1 hour is at 822 on my broker. And I'm in profit here. I don't know, here it looks very close to entry, but on broker I'm in good profit. On broker I am now in around 4 points profit. Here it looks right at entry. But broker I'm at 4 points profit. There's a push. Okay, maybe some volume. Man, what a weird position. It just doesn't follow through, man. It keeps pulling back. What the fuck is going on, man? I've never seen something like this. It just doesn't follow through. I hope 15 closes strong here. Right, 15-minute open here. On my broker, it looks different though. Does it look better here? How many points am I up on broker? On broker, I'm up 8 points now. Here is up. Six points. And this one is up. $5 points, much less. All right, we are tapping 1 hour resistance on my broker now. Nice, we just pushed through 1 hour resistance, so this is my break even trigger here. So stop's gonna be at break even. Almost 20 points in profit. See if we can continue here. It's just such weird price action. It's moving extremely weird. And this is like, let's see on Tradingview. This is showing on Tradingview. This is showing 14 points in profit. On broker, I was in 17 points of profit. Now I'm in 13. You know what? I'm gonna close half here. I close half here because it's just weird. I'm struggling at this 1 hour. I'm at 17 points in profit, so I'm gonna take something at there, and then I'm gonna just leave the rest to run and see how far it goes. That's pretty much my plan here. So yeah, I took half, but I know it looks weird here, but on broker it looks a little bit different here. But I'm gonna just let the rest to run and see how it goes because it's just weird for me. I had around 18 points there. So it's just looking weird, man. But I still trust it, but I just want to be paid, you know, end of week. So I closed for around 0.4%. And we try to, problem is now for me to get the full percent, it has to push pretty deep, but that's okay. Like I just freaking want to, it's just I don't trust it, you know. So that's the plan here. That's the plan. At least we're in a safe position now. On broker, I'm still not out though. I'll let you know. My entry on broker is 23,808. I know here it's very close to entry, but it's not the same. But it's struggling at that 1 hour, you know. It's struggling at that 1 hour. So it has to respect this kind of 1 minute structure we're at. This one right here. If it can respect this 1 minute structure, you can see, but it's pretty good close on that top wick. But the reason it rejected here is on broker. That's my 1 hour resistance on broker. On broker, it's a 1 hour resistance. Alright, that's the rest of my position. It's stuck. Is it? Okay, there we go. So the rest out break even. Yeah, so I think that was a good close. A bit of a smart decision there, to be honest. I felt it would be a bit like this, and I saw that it literally was right at the 1 hour. So it makes sense for me. It makes sense for me to see that. I knew probably the rest would come to break even there. So something is something, not the biggest here, 18 points, but something is something. Got 0.5? Yeah, not bad. We take it for now. Weird, man, how it's just lacking continuation. Like, it was the most choppiest price action I've seen, man. Super choppy. Left stops below the 1 minute. With the stops below the 1 minute, you shouldn't be stopped out yet. If you're managing below 1 minute, you're fine. You just hold now, you'll be okay. If that's your management plan, just hold. 1 minute structure is here. Your stops would be, how big would your stops be? Be about 7 points, 6 points here. So you'd still be okay. Even if you moved it up here, you'd also be okay. That's the other plan, is to manage it like that. I'm still in its clean zone, giving it room. Yeah, fair enough. If you want to try, give it room here. I would say if it breaks this 1 minute structure, I really do think it's probably game over. It could do one deep liquidity grab, but that's up to your own management. So you could either manage your loss like this. It's just, for me, either two things going to happen right now. You're going to get a heavy rejection. It's going to come down here to grab liquidity. And then maybe later, right, it will come back up. Or you're just going to get one FU candle now straight up. It's just like, it's 50-50 right now. I could see both scenarios. 5 made a resistance. I could see this 5 dump all the way and retest back into 23,793. At the same time, I could see this 5 minute just rip through this high. It depends. It depends. But at least it went into profit, give us a chance to manage, you know, this is important. For those wondering, this is how it looks on my broker. It looks extremely weird on my broker, but let me just show you. So if you look here, I actually got triggered slightly below. I don't know why it's not showing the rest of the position coming back to break even, but look, when it went back in drawdown, I got triggered below. That's the 1 hour resistance. This line right here is 1 hour resistance, and that's what it rejected off. So I started marking up. So actually, when we got the first entry, that first red line is actually, what's this called? The first red line is actually the 15-minute resistance. So we never actually closed above on broker. So we're a little bit lucky that the next 5 did. If the next 5 didn't, we would be in a lot of trouble here, guys. A lot of trouble. So yeah. Let's see what gold is doing. For now, gold is ranging. You need to get above, I would say, the 1 hour for counter trend buys. Did you get any trade during NY yesterday? Yes, US 30 buys. These buys here yesterday. I mean, I wish I left a runner, but damn. Look at that. It was such a great move. This was a great move. Zero drawdown. Look at the 1 minute. Look how nice the 1 minute was here. It was perfect, man. Broke the high and then made a higher low here. Closed above. And that hit TP though. But ended up flying. It was a very simple position. Classic setup 5. Mirko up 3% this week. Nice, man. Harry, we all have different resistances. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's weird. That's why I wanted to close half, because it started to become uncomfortable. I'm like, I should get paid from this rather than just trying to see what the hell happens. What happened to my mouse? Hello. All right. DAX struggling now. You reckon wait for consolidation, entry above 1 hour? Yeah, but it's just a totally different chart. The 1 hour on here is all the way up there. The 1 hour on my broker right now is probably where your next entry would come from. To be honest, right now, if it closes above the 1 hour on my broker, let's see what's behind it on the 15. If we have the same clean zone. Yeah, I have a little bit of a zone here, so I'm going to move this up there. So this 50, you know, this 15 zone up here is right here on my broker. That's so weird. So that 15-minute zone is at 23 on my broker. So 23 is here. So that's where it is on my broker. So yeah, above there would be nice if you get a close above, but it's just two different charts we're looking at. Completely different charts. I don't even understand how it works. Sankit up 2% this week. Nice, nice, nice. DAX analysis on MT5 now? Yeah, I will bring over the MT5 if we start to form a different support. I mean, this is the analysis right now. So we have two lines here. This is the previous 15. If you go on 15, look at how it looks. So I've just moved it a little bit higher. I hate MetaTrader, but look at this. So you have this one right here. That's the resistance right there. And I marked that resistance. This area here is this box. Look how far away it is. Look how far away it is. So, but on here we actually tapped it, right? Look, we tapped it. So on a 5-minute time frame, a close above there would be a potential setup. That would be a potential setup, right? But now there's just no volume. It's weird, man. Like, this has happened to me this week twice where I just choose the same position. Yesterday, this thing freaking flew. It won't stop. Today, it's just like, what? Why is it so, like, this is like a little bit of, I mean, I got paid today at least, but my point is like, come on, where's the easy position, man? Why is it making it like tough? So it's kind of like, this is when I go back to my conspiracy about a spy, you know, my conspiracy about a spy. Harry, can you explain when to take counter trend with gold? It's just a risk you take with counter trend on gold. So you're just taking a risk because your gold has been pretty bearish. But I feel like if it does liquidity grab from the lows, then come back up to the highs, it will maybe fake out. You were expecting me to say push. No, this is where gold has been nasty recently. I would expect that if it does this and closes back in the range, you are safer taking a buy here than to try buy above here, because I feel like it will do that, then do this. That's your move. I really feel like it will do some of that. Especially in London, I've seen this happen a lot. Because every break above high in London has basically failed. Failed, not felt. Wrong English. Failed. Close DAX on a 1-to-1. Nice. Yeah, DAX now ended up going, like I said, it's either going to be one way or the other. Now it taps on that broker, that resistance there. Very interesting moves we're seeing, man. Very, very interesting. So now it's respecting this resistance here. That's a nice 5 close. No bottom wick flying. Harry, your name sounds British. You don't have British accent where you brought up? I was brought up in Dubai. Ah, it's a weird volume, huh? It's like it just came. If you held the 1 minute management stop loss, you would have survived it. And then you would have profited off that move for full TP. I even put it a little lower. Let's see a screenshot. I'm interested to see how that looks. Slip me on entry, slip me B, then flew. Did you put your actual B or did you put like the B, original B? Original? Yeah, then it will slip you. If you just put actually where your current price is, would be safer, right? I mean, now the volume seems to be cooking now. Weird price action. Very interesting. But overall, idea was great. Idea was great. The overall idea was great. Who's the fucking spy here? It is a little bit weird, I'm not gonna lie. Where's that 1 hour resistance? On your broker it will look different, on different brokers it looks different. That's why this position was weird. So it tapped it on my original broker, then we had no volume, and now we're having the volume and the move play out, which is nice to see, to be honest. I think the closing half was a good happy medium here. Wonder how this 1 minute will react here of this. Gonna keep creating higher lows, or you're gonna get a dump like this? That means my TP was super accurate as well, right? Check how accurate this TP is. Yeah, that's super interesting as well. Now we have pure volume, right? No bottom wick, straight pushes, showing some great volume. Yeah. This is a nice, beautiful position here. Very interesting with the broker feeds like that. I think the only way we hold to max TP here, you come early on break even, no problem, man. You don't need to go break even. You take the position, man. Beautiful position. Thank me for the position. If you wanted to hold, you want to hold. I'll manage my money the way I manage my money. I'm happy. I still got paid. I still got paid. You know? And even since I got an earlier entry, I'm even being conservative. I'm even being conservative with how much. You know? You can see today, 643. Look. Will it focus? I mean, Zoom should be able to see. I don't know if it will see on YouTube or not. I got just shy of 1 hour on this trade. Nice, man. Yeah, I think it's a beautiful idea, man. Volume just came a little bit more of a complicated way. So I think this was great, man. Congrats if you took this. And yeah. Sometime no bottom wick means there's too much bullish momentum. Yes. A lot of bullish momentum. I used to watch you when you hold trades. You follow your idea. In the last month, you manage risk too fast, I think. I'm not sure what you guys are saying, man. I'm a little... You need to realize, on my broker, it hit 1 hour resistance. I followed broker. That's my rules. Here it didn't. I know it didn't here, but I have to follow broker. It literally rejected off 1 hour resistance and came to break even. If this shit slammed my stop loss, I'm gonna be super pissed that I didn't go to break even after. You know? Thanks, I got my 2 to 1. Nice, man. Well done. That's good. I have valid idea, man. I'm happy with the idea. Executed with it. No hesitation. Straight in. Held the drawdown. But if it's gonna tap on my broker something, I'm gonna follow broker because that's how it is. I took gold. Can you look at it? What did you take on gold here? I think the best is gonna be a 15 close below. Let's mark this 15 here. Let's mark this 15 here. If you're happy to hold DAX, guys, hold DAX. It was a good position. Just put your stop loss. Manage at 6 pip loss. If you didn't have it, right? If you didn't have this resistances here, right here I had a 1 hour. So, you know, put your stop loss below here. Take a 6-point loss. And guess what? One of our members did that, but unfortunately slipped him. Others did that. They also profited. So you have to realize it's all up to how you want to manage your own money. So yeah, let's see how this closes. It closed below the 15, I believe. No, 5 minutes we have here. 5 minutes until the 15. What setup is on gold right now? No setup yet, unless you took it based on a 5. If you took it based on a 5, then yes. If you wanted to base it off a 5 to fill the wick, get back to daily support. Yep, like this. Stop loss above. No, I want you to next time put stop above 5 structure. Very important, man. Especially when you're going aggressive on 5. Yes, aggressive positions have been happening. But what happens sometimes is if you just change this, a small change. But if this just wants to retest into here, you will be saved. You know, because this will get you out. So I think just make that adjustment and then you can definitely get like a way higher win rate long term, especially going aggressive. Because look, you don't have a 1 hour close, you don't have a 30-minute close below, you don't have a 15-minute close below, you are relying only on the 5-minute close below. That's it. Which is again an aggressive position. It makes, you know, you can take them. I mean, this month all aggressive positions I took haven't worked for me, but the key thing here is that at least you protect yourself from some BS. 44, 44. Yeah, you would have still got the 1-to-1. Think that the close to structure was not quite above. What do you mean above? Like it's a difference here. Let's see how much it's a difference of. It's like 10 pips. Quite a lot, but it's just, you know, you are going aggressive. So give yourself the best chance. Is there a re-entry on DAX? It did its push. If it pulled back, it would have been nice, yes. We'll see now. I think we have bigger zone. We do have a bigger zone until this next 15 here. So there is bigger zone. So just structure and then there's another entry after structure. That's what we need. Bit of structure and then that's it. What's your P&L today? In terms of what percentage? Well, I risked a little bit too much on this by accident. So I actually got out with 600. But I'm not scared. That's why I was pretty tight on management and I moved stops up to this previous 5. What's management on gold? If you took it on 5, you should be at TP. TP would have been hit 1-to-1. If you're trying to hold past a 1-to-1, it would be anything closing back in the range. You can retest it all at once. On MetaTrader now you have reports, you know, you can check reports. Oh man, that's rubbish. So you can see how much percent you do for June. Not the best, but it is plus. It's a pretty cool feature now to have that reports feature. You guys should check it out. Reports. Good to see. Where is it? You go to history, right click. There from many time? Yeah, it's there from long time, but it's good to use. I'm just showing people. I mean, most people don't know about that. What's your P&L this month? I just showed you on screen. 2.3. Not the best, to be honest. But these last two trades, I mean, this trade was small, but it's different though. That's not in terms of R though. Huh? You have to calculate in terms of R. So in terms of R, like 1.5 actually. Count, I haven't withdrawn from it for a while. So you have to calculate it in terms of R. Started the month down -3%, recovered the 3%, was back to break even, then went up, then took another loss, was down basically 1% again, and then yesterday on US 30 I didn't go full risk. I didn't have enough time to calculate, so I didn't get paid 1% there. Today I went full risk, but again didn't get paid 1%, so those two trades almost equate to 1%. So it sucks when you're not getting paid 1% each time, but I can't do anything if I'm following a plan. The key thing I'm showing you here is, even through all of this BS, a lot of you guys are like been hating, saying, hey, not seeing, you know, rough month, yeah, but I'm still up. Most people are not, man. Most people are not. Where's that gold? So gold close at the support. Be careful, right? You want something closing below. Another aggressive trade is for price to create structure, close below on a 5, you go again. DAX, apparently we're making structure now. Yes, we are. Good deep pullback here. Open we have in about 10 minutes as well. Can remove this line here. I'd give it a shot if we close below. Yeah. Same way as the last trade. You want a straight push like this. If it starts mucking about, I don't like it. So yeah. Please, boss, are you going to teach us 4 setups on premium program? In the exclusive group, there's everything you need, man. Everything, including my feedback, everything. Like, you don't even need to question that. You'll be provided everything. You'll be provided everything. What's this? The DAX trade you took? Yeah, nice. You closed 50%. Why? Okay. Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. My question, why not just close 80 at 1-to-1 and leave 20% running? Like, what's your idea with the runner? It's not that bad. It's not that bad. Depends on how your month is. If you're here to get paid, I would have just closed full. But if you're really trying to leave a runner, that's different. But remember, every London Open, including yesterday's London Open, has not been super positive for DAX, right? So we had this one here reversed. Yesterday's London Open, look what happened after into NY. Look. So it's been pretty tough. NY has been the runners. NY has been massive runners during NY. Miss US 30 and out BE here. What a way to end. I'm not sure why so negative. Both management things. You have to question to yourself and look at improvement. Why did you miss US 30? Where was the mistake there? Everything was clear. Yesterday we spoke pretty clearly about setup 5 being the option there. So that's the first thing, is you need to question yourself, okay, why? Others were able, what mistake did I make, you know? That's the second thing. Out B today, okay, what was your choice? Did you not get to close half? Blah, blah, blah. You know? So this is what Tony was asking here about sells on US 30. I said, no, I'm looking to for buys to buy back up. So that was the idea. Then he said, would setup 5B? I said, yes, indeed. That's the one I'm looking for. So I'm looking for buys back up and then looking for setup 5. And then we got the US setup 5 here. Oh shit, I didn't answer him. Wondering, would you look strong to me? Not worried. So there's always improvement. Market is unpredictable. I could have made better decisions. Yeah, so then tell me, why did you skip US 30 yesterday? What was the reason that you missed it? Right? That's how you're going to improve. You never, like, this is you needing to adjust your skill level and experience, you know? Like, you also need to be realistic. If this month is testing me, of course you're going to be tested worse. I'm someone with more experience. You know? Because it's 31 hour closing above? Yeah, I just put it there in writing. I mean, it's fine, but that's more worrying than that little resistance behind. Harry, yesterday I hesitated to buy GJ due to previous level. Was this valid? Yeah, this one here is correct to worry about this one. This previous one here, 1 candle pullback. No, again, I'm more worried about 3 candle push, you know, and where your stop loss is. That's what I'm more worried about. This previous level, I'm not too worried about. It could become issues, of course. But, you know, if you're solid on the buys and you're sold on the buy, like, you have to realize we're coming from a lot of, we're coming from a lot of consolidation in that. And where's that stupid photo? We're coming from a lot of consolidation. So it's nice to get a breakout. So yeah, it's just my stop. I'm a bit scared. Maybe below here would be safer. Give myself a chance. Might just retest into here again. It's GJ, right? You have PTSD. Then it's okay. Then it's okay. You could probably trust that then. So 15 minute will close here in 5 minutes. You might get a setup 3. I prefer setup 3 would be more aggressive. The next thing you could do is to look for a 5 close below here on gold as well, right? How can I join your premium group? The same way, just through the website. I'll put it there. Many people ask, but then you guys don't join. So I'm interested why you ask. Need to see where is the block there for you. That's the link. This is your results. Yeah, I'm interested why February was negative. That's more important for me. Pretty good though, to be profitable. I mean, if you compare your results right now to someone who's trading on DarwinX, right? So let's compare your results to one of the biggest trader on someone on DarwinX. Okay, let's take this guy here with 2.5 million. Let's go take his results. What is he doing with 2.5 million? Right? Look, let's take his 2023. Maybe his... Oh, holy shit. Minus 7% February? Were you following him or what? Oof. What a rough month that would be, huh? Minus 7%. Shit, man. That's some... That's some rough one. But you know, now he has to recover that. And look how long it's taking him to recover that. But he doesn't stop. And he still has 2.5 million to his name to manage capital. He's still up over 100% over 5 years, 6 years. So if we look at you, 3%, 1%, 2%, 4%. It's actually a little bit better than him. Especially on this year. Last year, I'd say you're a little bit better. Look, he had 2 back-to-back negative months. September and October is back-to-back. And then he lost in... Like, look at 2024, how bad that is. He made only 3%. Imagine, 2023, it's a negative year for him. So, in your thinking process, okay, guys, when you're processing in your brain, this guy had negative year. And then the year after that, he made 3%. If that happened to you guys realistically, you would be like, I'm done trading. Like, what's the fucking point? Yes, he's trading really risk adverse, low risk, low returns he's looking for. But most people would be like, I'm done. Right? See someone maybe with less capital doing a little bit more aggressive trading. You know, this is a little bit better. But again, negative year, 2022. Whole year negative. Man lost 11% 1 month. You guys will lose one challenge and think you're a failed trader. That's one challenge gone. And then after that, you have a good month, you make 8%, and then you're losing back-to-back 2 months again. You think you're a failed trader. This guy lost 3 months in a row. He was negative. Please view the bigger picture, guys. You are not a failed trader. You can pass. People are passing challenges every month in our group. Every month. And that's making 15%, guys. 15%. These guys are barely returning 19 a year. And they're not failed traders. They're still getting paid from the market. So if you're having one rough month, you're not a failed trader. But your mindset is so negative in that situation. You feel so down. You feel like, all my work has gone to waste. It's only 1 month. Hello, wake up. What happened to January? What happened to fucking February? What happened to March? You're not failed. These are guys who are, stats are public. You can see, you see me, my stats are public. That doesn't make me a failed trader. So don't let the market make you feel like you're not. Look at how much red in this, man. Look how much red. Right? Look how much red. Look at this year. He starts his year with minus 7%. He makes it back in a month, then has 14%. Most of you guys, if you had 2 back-to-month negative, your mindset's ruined. Challenge is failed. Your challenge is failed because you blew your challenge because you're feeling negative. What about this? How are you going to cope through this, guys? What if this happens in your journey? April, May, June, July, August, September, all negative. What are you going to do? Quit? Most of you will. It doesn't work. I need to change strategy. This motherfucker hasn't changed anything. He still has somehow gathered $350,000 of funding here. Even though he has negative how much here? So don't think that I'm a failed trader because 1 month is being rough. How bad is that 1 month? Oh, minus 3%, minus 4%. That's not a bad month. You are doing okay. You are on the right path. This is really the mindset you need to have. This is a long-term game. Everyone's against you. Your family's against you. Your friends are against you. Your reputation's against you. You're against yourself. The markets are against you. Prop firms are against you. So what do you think? It's gonna be easy to pass? It's gonna be easy to succeed? No fucking way, man. No way. So don't let your mind play tricks on you right now. It feels like shit, but if this is what's gonna make you quit, then quit now. Save the drama. Don't let others deal with your negativity. Quit the drama. You know? Maybe you just need to change expectations. Maybe you just need to focus on, hey, this is not a get rich quick. This is a don't get poor slowly. This is a scheme that I can generate. Start trying to pay some sort of bills. Hey, I can probably pay my car loan every month now. Guess what? You remove stress. Like for me, I've made more. I've made more in my one trade I did on NASDAQ than I have in the last 3 months. Right? But how often does that opportunity come? It's taken 4 years for that opportunity to come. 4 years I had to wait. So you tell me which skill is good to have. And without trading, no way I would have seen that opportunity as an opportunity. No chance. So don't let, you know, sitting there complaining, oh, what a month, oh, you know. Yeah, it sucks. But you have to move forward. You know, complain in your own mind. Ah, it's unlucky. Yeah, it is unlucky, man. But what the fuck can you do? So yeah. Cheers, guys. Go away Sunday. Look forward mental break for this month. And everyone, cheers, man. Take care. Enjoy. But also, you need to develop your mental break capacity, huh? Like in your scenario, down 4% is not that bad long term, man. You can do better. You're okay. Not to get rich quick, but don't get poor slowly motto. Yes, your buys on DAX would be above this 5. If this 5 can close bearish, next one close bullish, could be a shot. Make that a real? Maybe, yeah. Good to be time away, for sure. Good to be time away, man. Do it. I appreciate you having the tenacity to do that. I'm down 4% on my funded, but still fighting. Keep fighting. And if you blow the funded, good. Fix that. Don't you enjoy, like, that's the process of trading, because you only get better. I have a quote, and I like this. I know that in this I could lose everything. Wait, no, it's not like that. It's I am humble enough to know in this I can lose everything. But that's your mindset. You're humble enough to know, this is a great spelling, to know that in this you can lose everything. But you're egoistic enough to know that you'll make it back tenfold. Money is money, it comes and goes. When you die, it will not be anything. Stream stats missing 1B, 1 loss from Wednesday. Which stream stats? The journal? How? I've inputted everything on the journal here. Impossible to journal. Oh, on the thing. Okay. You should start motivation channel. I don't like it because I'm not a big believer in pure motivation. There's time and place to talk. The only reason I'm talking today about motivation is because it's end of month and people are a bit down. But I really feel like discipline, sacrifice, and consistency will beat motivation any day. I did not make it here with motivation. 90%, not 90, 80% of the time I'm unmotivated. I promise. Believe it or not. You think I enjoyed losing for 2 years? Wasting money? You think I enjoy being hated on? You think I enjoy having difficult times? Like, where's my motivation? At that time, anything doesn't motivate you. Money doesn't motivate you. Cars don't motivate you. Successful life doesn't motivate you because you're thrashing your mental health. So where do I find motivation? I find motivation being the best version of myself. You know? So big pullback here on DAX. Good nothing closed above. Let's see Joe's quote. Here's a quote. Everyone wants to heal until the medicine shows up in the form of discipline. Damn. That's a good one. That's one has like a good meaning to it, you know? Need to read it twice and think about it before answering that. Any trade came up today? I just came. We took DAX buys. I got a small win on DAX buys. Some people got even bigger win. Thanks, Siri. I really don't know what to say. It was like you just read how my situation was for a while. Notice I don't post in the chat. I was way up last month. I entered and just increased risk. When I took a few trades on stream, I almost lost my whole account. Lost 200 trying to recover. Yeah, but that feels me, yes. But the second thing, there needs to be some level of risk management, man. Because to lose 200, it is like, how much are you really pushing it this month to increase risk, you know? But then you should expect that if you're pushing risk that hard and 2 or 3 trades are going to cause you to lose, then that's it. That's what you budget for. Like, by the way, guys, it's not the end of the world losing a challenge. Think of a challenge as one fee you're paying for trading. Right? One fee you're paying to trade. It's actually pretty relaxed. As long as you're doing the skill properly. 6 minutes for this to close. 5 minute here candle closes in about 1 minute 28. I'm up 5% on my funded right now. That's great, man. Halfway there. Keep it slow and steady. Wins the race, man. Let's go. Only thing I don't like about gold is this 1 hour close. And of course the 30 will be the same. So I more feel like a close would be good on a 15 minute. Why didn't you take a short on gold on the 15-minute closing below? Because it closed right at my support here. This is a 15-minute support I have, so that protected me by marking my support and resistance. 15-minute fake out? Potentially could be. Harry, market back to normal after all the tension? There's much better price action, yes. Also what Mirko said. Cheers, Joe. Thank you for the message on Tuesday morning of the morning. Really, for the guys here in chat, went above to check on. Of course, man. Come on, man. We're all a team together. We're all a team. No need to think about that. But you didn't have to? Yeah, but come on, man. What does it take? This is the problem. People these days think that these entrepreneurs are so fucking busy that they can't even send one message, man. What effort does it take for me, man? You know, 5 minutes, bro. 5 minutes. So people just make excuses, but that's it. Makes you a good bloke? Well, you know, we're all friends, right? Was worried about TS payment. Nah. Could you imagine? Just checking, mate. Will you be able to cover this month? Otherwise, I'll have to kick you out. Could you imagine? 55 bucks. Just checking, man. Cheers, cheers. Could you imagine? That would be really bad. Thank you for being a brother to you. Thank you for being a brother to me as well, man. We're all tight-knit, man. This is how I wanted the group to be. Everyone's open to speak about what they want. Actually, we're turning the group into a fight club pretty soon. Seems like it. We have more and more people in the group who are fighters, so seems to be the direction of the group. So much bromance? Yeah, come on, man. Man touches 2 plates for the first time in his life and now thinks he's the biggest dick guy in the group, man. Full macho, man. Come on, son. Send physique picture, then we start to play. Just messing. 2 number plates? No, 2 plates. On bench. How can I check for news on US30 or gold? Use Financial Juice. I quite like Financial Juice. Has nice headlines. You can check headlines. If you want to see a calendar, use Forex Factory. Finally, 15-minute setup. Pretty big stop. 82 pips stop. Is it worth it is the question here. How much you got to this? Your next wick fill here is 30 pips here, then 39, and then 90 to here. If I'm being honest, it's not the safest position. It's really not the safest position, especially with the 1 hour close and the way it's closing. Like, if it doesn't push into profit straight, I would get out. Even if it ends up playing out, I'm selling you long term here. See if it even closes below, man. Could reject last minute, right? So just wait for the close. These are major lows. Yeah, we're right next to weekly support as well. This was our old weekly support. Already got a win from DAX. If you won DAX, I thought you got break even on DAX. If you won on DAX, I won't take it. Preserve that. I thought. So what? You actually won? $15 starting to look like barcode. Just sketchy. Just see how it closed. See the top wick, you know? Nothing has to be rushed. You have the idea in your mind. You're not going to FOMO. Just let it close. Fat top wick comes would be great. Maybe a 5 thunderstorm. You want more confirmation. I'll read this, Tony. I'm just looking at the guys for gold for them. You know, see how big this top wick becomes now. And then thunder would be better. Small top wick, you know. So it's up to you if that's something you want to experiment with. Daily support on gold. Do we have another day? No, we're below it now. See, the 80 pip stop is the problem here. You need liquidity for this 80 pip stop, for sure. If I'm being honest, I prefer you guys didn't take it, if I'm being honest. And that's kind of like a decision from my side. I rather you didn't, even if it plays out. Even if it plays out, I'm sorry if it plays out, but from me giving you, not advice, I don't like to say advice, but for me giving you my expertise, I don't like it, guys. I'd rather you didn't take this. There's just, you know, there's just a bit too much wrong with it. I know it can work out. There is probabilities, but with this stop loss here, you know, it's just a lot of work you have to do. Why don't I want them to take it? I don't want them to take it because the top wick is very small. I feel like it could push 10-15 pips, which is nothing when you have an 80 pip stop loss. And then reverse, and then they're stuck in drawdown. Now, if you're stuck in drawdown in this position, where's that drawdown till? Stop loss, because there's nothing here. Straight push down on 5. There's literally nothing protecting you. There's nothing protecting you. So it's going to be such a hard position to hold. You probably have to manage above daily support, and it becomes a mess. It becomes a mess. So I rather they wait for structure or something. Like, I'm just doing what I would do myself. Okay, that's what I would have done myself, is I would have waited. Just to keep safe out the position, because you don't want to FOMO into something this harsh, you know? Set up 5 on DAX. Let's have a look at DAX. 5 minute now. That would be cool. I wonder if the setup 2 would be enough if you have volume. I've seen that happen before. Good liquidity grab test. Depends how it closes. Hi, GJ Chuk. Yesterday was a good shot. It was a shot. Yes, correct. It's the correct timing, yeah. There's nothing really else you could have taken, to be honest. So it was the only shot. Nice to see you. Good session, I would say. I don't think it's the best session, but, you know, I still got paid. The minute I said it went up. A spy, bro. Can you see? Look how hard the position... I'm telling you, bro, Bram. It's like... You're joking or what? You know? Buys on GJ? Oh, that's a sneaky one. It's a sneaky one, yeah. Sneaky one. Like, I don't like the fact how much this is struggling here. It just shows me no volume. I mean, look at 1 minute. Looks disgusting. I really, I prefer you stay out this. Even if it pushes down, long term, you're going to be a good one. Few people online lately, everyone on vacation. Nah, man, it's just my stream viewers have dropped a bit because, not a bit, but quite a bit because of the slower month, man. You know, a lot of people here expect me to be Captain America, save the day 24/7. And if I'm being honest, and what I've seen is probably a lot of people over risk on my stream, because if you look at my history, like take this year, January I had 2 losses, February 2 losses, March 1 loss, June 1 loss. I barely lose. And to have a bit more losses this month has definitely probably shaken them away. So they're just like this, you know, they're people who experience hard times and you only remembered for the last thing you do. So we need to get new people in the stream. We need to get better people, because those people are not quality people, right? So what's going to be the drill here is, if you guys are happy to support me and enjoy my company, then the best thing you can do is liking the stream, sharing if you could, and just trying to get the algorithm pumping here. You know? DAX too fast? No bottom wick, man. Unfortunate. But you still have the buys above the highs though, huh? That rhymes. Since DAX is pumping, it should be pushing gold down a bit. Oh, and then it fakes out. Classic, man. Classic. Yeah, it's something I've been experimenting with. So the way I like to run it now, whenever it gaps down, if one system has a bottom wick, means someone else's broker, my broker, Tradingview has a bottom wick, but you have a gap down, as long as something has a bottom wick, it argues enough for me to do that. If everyone has a gap down, no bottom wick, I notice those still go down and fail. Yeah, but then we have no bottom wick here. My broker has a bottom wick. So then, yeah, it would have been valid based on my broker, yeah. You see? So yeah, that's the scenario. I do always say that rhymes. When it rhymes, my kids say I'm a child. That's funny, man. Kids calling you a child. I'm trying to think what I'd say back to them if I was in your position. I can't say anything back. If it gave a good bottom wick, would you have taken it on the flip, hit 1-to-1? Yeah, because you have, it didn't test though. There's a big difference here. If we tested this, I actually wouldn't take it if we tested this fully. If we literally wicked into that then closed, very hard. But I would have taken it break of high, man. Break of high. That would be the position. On DAX, yeah, exactly, man. It's crazy. Oh, yeah. Yeah. This is an easy setup when you get the 1 minute looking like that as well. But you still have maybe an option above the highs here. We'll have to see. Gold now trying to move down. So 20 pips was actually that previous 15, right? Remember that previous 15? Most are gonna miss this one here. I think it was this type of zone here. A lot of people are gonna miss this. This could give you big headaches sometimes. Well, we haven't tapped it just yet, so I expect it to push down a little bit more. I bet if you put a fake 1 to 5 trade, a viewer number increases. If it's in drawdown, yes. If it's in profit, no. Because people don't want to see if you're in profit because then it's boring. So let's see if gold volume seems to be coming now. So this is where in your first position, if you took this position, I really don't like it long term. Maybe after the 5 minute did this liquidity grab, you can argue going again. But before that, no. And ideally, you want the 5 minute closing weak bullish for a thunderstorm, then it would be valid. But still stop loss, guys. Like this push is great, 29 pips, great. But your stop loss here was 80. So don't be fooled by that. Don't be fooled. Is that a previous 4-hour watch zone still on DAX? It's hard when all the charts are freaking different. On 4-hour on DAX, for me, it looks... Yeah, it has a wick testing it. I'm not too worried, but it can be something you keep an eye on for sure. I don't think you're too bad just saying like I'll ignore it fully, but you can keep an eye on it. What if you just put stop here, risk it for the biscuit? Then it would make sense. We have a 15-minute close above on the previous 5. If it closed bullish, maybe. But it like this, I don't think. So here's your 15-minute close. This would be like your second shot of the session here. A close above. About 2 minutes. So it looks something like this. Buys above. Wanted to chill a little bit though. I've noticed in the past months, gold and DAX in the same time direction is same time London, which is strange. No, they're not moving same direction. We got 30. Yeah, it's the same as the 15. Depends on brokerage though. Each broker is different. This one has space. The other one's is other place. That PipLab sim will be awesome. I'm subbing. Yeah, you guys should probably get it now while PipLabs is still active, because we are going to be launching a V5 and it probably will come with a price increase. So make sure you guys check out PipLabs. We haven't been pushing it that much, but PipLabs is our backtesting software, cheapest and most efficient one on the market. A lot of you guys need to be backtesting more, especially our prop firm challenge. So on here you can practice passing a prop firm. Go try out the free demo, see how it works. It literally costs nothing. You just press try for free and you can practice on it. I'll give you guys a sneak peek of version 5. I'll give you guys a sneak peek of version 5. This is how it will look. I'll show you later. We'll just look at DAX here actually. I'll show you later, closer to the time. We're right at resistance. Here we're not. On broker, I'm not yet on broker. I'm close though, but not yet. That wick, this wick is resistance on my broker. This wick. So you could trade to the wick would be it, how it would work. So that's your 5-minute close. Can you use current candle? Yeah, you would have to use current candle. Then you'd be in and then you'd watch what happens at this wick. 1-minute structure is like your level of safety. If it breaks that, you take a very small loss. Depends on broker though. If your broker's at resistance, something to consider. It's just tough when it's not the same direction, but based on mine, you have room and you have this nice 1-minute structure. So that would be your 5-minute position. You do have to do a lot of work though to get a 1-to-1. We're looking at 35 points here. It's not that bad actually. So now it's tapping on my broker, the resistance. So this is where you'd be careful, okay? So you'd be in here. Now you'd be watching. I think the best thing to do is like mental break even at this 1-minute resistance. but now it's starting to reject off that resistance, so you'd watch it now. You can allow this 1 minute to retest. You're only going to risk very little here. You're going to risk like 4 points, actually pretty big 4 points actually. But you're still in profits now. Right? If we re-break the high, it's a great sign for those holding the position. But you need to get above that resistance. So here's your 1 minute retest. And then it rejects that resistance. So pretty boring position. Comes up, tests the resistance, boom. Back to entry. That's how it is. Pretty boring. No continuation there. Always hard when you're super close to resistances, but they give you a shot to get to it and see what happens. Get to break even to be aggressive. 9 points is not bad though. 9 points is not bad, you know. But if you're at resistance on broker, then probably puts you off from taking it. And then if you don't manage at entry, then you're out here on this type of stuff here. So that's how it is. Oh, you guys took it? I thought you guys didn't take it. We were just discussing how to manage if you were. Otherwise, if it was a position, I put it on the screen. You guys actually, yeah. I thought you weren't taking it. Many people say I didn't take it. We were just speaking about how to manage. You took it, why? We said a lot of work has to be done, right? Thought we were just talking about management. We took the one this morning. You don't want to buy after this is the second position of the day. Deeper close. I mean, if it closed here, I would say okay, fine. But now, and most people were at resistance, right? I think it's a pretty tight. It was at 30-minute resistance. Some brokers were directly at 30. Some were just sitting at it. It closed right at 30. Yeah, some people were closed right at 30. Mine had a little bit of room. That like to this wick. That's how mine looks. So you trade to this wick. It came back. And then once it goes up again, second push, then you get out maybe -4 points max like I discussed. That's your maximum loss, -4 points. If you don't manage there, it's tough. You have to take this management there. If you don't manage there, then I don't know why. Then you're just holding to full SL, which doesn't make sense. If you're going to take that type of position, especially after a win. Just like our last loss on DAX. What was our last loss? Let's see, last loss. The last loss, was it the same scenario? No, last loss was not. Last loss was trying to buy from the lows and it just reversed. You know? But you know, this trade I took today on broker, this closed at resistance, huh? This closed at resistance on broker. So technically, this could have also had this. Technically, this could have also failed. Technically. So we're lucky on that one. We're lucky. So really realize that, huh? Even though it seemed like it was nice, but on broker, this didn't close above. This position on broker did not close above. So the same shit could have happened today. And that's what you have to realize when you're analyzing trades. The same thing could have happened. But the difference here is support was created and then we got this push up. Without this push up, very hard to manage. But we did manage on this pullback. I had 30-minute strong resistance at entry. Yes. A lot of people had 30-minute resistances. That's why most weren't taking. I was saying if you don't, this is how you would treat it. 5 close above, you would have been in break of high. Once it gets to that 30-minute resistance, you see what happens. But if you did have the 30-minute resistance there, something you consider not worth it. Now, this is a totally different trade if you're taking it with something closing like here, because now you have so much room. In that case, you don't need to aggressively manage, no need to take aggressive positions, etc., etc. I want to put the aftermath screenshot actually. This doesn't give enough info. I want to see this aftermath. These deep closes are always tough, man. Always tough. Look at gold, right? This is what I mean. Many people will miss this zone. I spoke about this zone. Very important to understand zones in trading, guys. Your markup is really, really important. Right? Really important. Do many of your students trade US markets? I trade US markets, not only the people. And do they trade NQ? We mostly trade US 30, but some are trading NQ as well. Some are trading NQ as well. Anyways, let's read what Tony was saying before. Where was it? Appreciate motivational speech for me, even though I closed the most strongly in negative. I improved in several aspects, identifying setups by myself and executing without fear. Probably this month I have taken too many aggressive trades that brought me into a loop of losses that I've lost into good opportunities. And why? You know what's crazy? Is you write that and then see what happens 5 minutes after. So this is good. It proves that it's not fixed. Even though you felt like it's fixed, it's not. Because if you really felt like, okay, I need to stop taking aggressive because they're causing me to lose, boom, you would have quit it, right? Straight. I do not give up because, as you said, previous quote, I can recover in the next few months. Yes, indeed. I do the same mistake, but this was valid a setup? No, I don't think so. It is, but if you're down this month, then no way you hold. You get to that 30-minute break even. Bam. If you have profits to play with, you know, you put the management stop loss. You put the management stop loss. I like your explanations. Are you live in Discord or something? Yes, we have weekly webinars. We're live in Discord, but we do it on Zoom. We do it not on Discord. We do it on Zoom. I prefer Zoom every single day. And then every week we have webinars. We also have explanations recorded as well. Wrong management and hope to recover the loss was the problem? Yes. That's the thing, man. You just wanted to get into a position. 8 long losing streaks are not going to be recovered in one trade, man. So if you're going to make a start at recovering, that start should be work off the charts, should be getting back into backtesting. How much backtesting have you done in this period to see yourself winning again? That's one major thing. 0, right? So you forget how it feels. You forget the momentum, right? So you need to go back and start choosing good positions on our backtesting software. Right, even free versions, whatever. Then once you build confidence there, you take it from there. Anyways, guys, I've been streaming for a while here. I think for gold sells here, you could maybe sell to fill the wick. Depends on how deep this closes. I personally prefer below my box for sells. You'll also have a 30-minute close at that time, which will be a lot better. Actually, no, 30 didn't close, but now 30 is below there. Yeah, so below the box will be a lot better. And yeah, appreciate you all. Small win today, nothing crazy, but you know, at least putting something on the board. Hopefully Monday is clean and then we start next month. So yeah, I think I'm ending my month here, like I said, at about 1.5 hour. Nothing too crazy, but good conversation today, and hopefully you guys have a good weekend. Much love and peace. Cheers, guys.